Yo, what is good, YouTube? We're back with another video. If you are not in the free Discord, go join it. It's the first link down below. Today's video is going to be the weekly trade recap. So, here we are. We're going over the weekly trade recap, and before that, no, hop in the Zimbabwe. So, I did start uploading the series on the beginner basic ICT concepts. So, if you guys are enjoying that, let me know in the comments. But anyways, we're going to be going over RTY trade that I took on Monday. Right? So coming into Monday, I didn't really have a straight up bias until I went down to the lower time frames, but coming into the day, I noticed that we had taken out previous day high. Right? So previous day low could have been on the table, right? This is a small enough wick to expand down to previous day low. I'm not sure if we had a SMT there. Between NQ, ES, and YM we did, so you can basically say there's an SMT here because YM has it with ES and NQ. But anyways, you guys can see right here that we take the previous day high here and we put in this reversal candle, and then whenever I got down to the 4 hour, this is where it became obvious that we were going to probably come down here to previous day low, right? So what do you guys see? Well, you guys see that we took this 10 p.m.'s high at 2, right? So 2 gives us the reversal. Then if we just measure out this, all right, 6 comes up here and taps into this 50% of this 2 a.m. candle and expands lower. Now the good thing is we didn't get to the draw on liquidity yet, right? Because if we did, I probably would have missed it. All right, so 6 opens up here, and then there's 10 here. Well, I wouldn't have. Why did I say I wouldn't have missed it? I would have missed it because I didn't have my entry, right? Right, anyways, coming down to the 1 hour. Down here is previous day low. What happens at 9 here? Let's get rid of 6. Comes up, takes out this candle's high, and I'm almost, 7 a.m. SMT, right? So we get this SMT with this 7 a.m. high, so bang, there's our SMT, right? So, I didn't use the 30-minute this day. Coming down to the 15, right? So here's our SMT. Here's that 9:30 taking out, or 9:15 taking out that previous 1 hour high. And then on the 15-minute, we get this little SMT right here with the YM. All right, so you guys see what candles it with? 9:45 and 10. 9:45 and 10. All right, so right here. So we get this little SMT inside of this 15-minute gap, and previous day low has equal lows. All right, so all I did was go down to the 3. Right here's our change in delivery. I mark it in whenever we close below, stop at the high, targeting a 2R. So right below here. All right, so this is how simple this trade was. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. RTY, this was a very, very straightforward trade. I just didn't get in beforehand. All right, but right here, hold up. If we go to the 15-minute and just remove all this because you guys understand that trade that I just went over. If we just go to the 15-minute and mark off this reversal candle here at 2, and then go down to the 15. Oops. Go down to the 15. Right here is whenever we make that move up. Right here at 9:15, we tap right back into this change in delivery. All right, so why are you using these two 15-minute candles? It's because this is the 4 hour alignment, right? So the 4 hour made this move higher, taking out the 2 a.m. high, and then we got a straight V reversal right here on the 15-minute. So you would use these up close candles. And that's also where we SMT'd this high, right? So as soon as we put that SMT in, you could literally just mark it in here, and maybe we even got a 1 minute setup, right? So go down to the 1. Yeah, right here's your change in delivery. You can mark it in whenever this starts like turning green a little bit, just mark it in. Stop loss, TP at previous day low, right? So right there was the best entry. However, I just don't use the 1 minute chart. Maybe I'll start if it's obvious like that. I don't know. But yeah, that was the trade on RTY. Next day, was an NQ trade on Tuesday. All right, so what do you guys see here on Monday and Friday? All right, we're just in this range. All right, so we're in this Friday's candles range, or Thursday's, sorry. Thursday candles range, and we had an inside candle and another inside candle. So it's kind of due for an expansion. All right, excuse me. And that's what we get, you know? So these two inside candles, it's obvious for an expansion. And we had an SMT here. All right, so we had this SMT up here, and we actually closed this candle red and this candle green. I'm pretty sure that's a PSP that Trader Day uses, I think. I don't know. I haven't learned it completely, but I do understand kind of what it is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyways, we have previous day low here. Oh, wait, no, we had that sell side. That's sell side from Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So what's 6 do? Literally opens and straight down. So nothing to do here. And coming in, right, so we take that Thursday high, or Thursday low, sorry. And this 2 a.m. candle puts in a reversal candle. So you might be thinking, why weren't you looking for longs? It's because of this, right? These are failure swings. I don't want to be trading against these, right? I don't want to be trading against equal lows. So all I saw coming down to the 1 hour was this. There was no SMT, there was no nothing. So coming in, I was like, well, I can't long this, so I'm just going to wait to see if there's a 10 a.m. reversal, right? That's the only option after 6 expands like this. So we put in an SMT up here, and we take out this high, right? So coming down, you can confirm that it's going to be a high once the 1 hour closes, right? So just wait for, so the way you can confirm if a 4 hour is going to be a reversal candle, if you're anticipating it to be a reversal candle, is just wait for the 1 hour or 30-minute to close. Right, so this 10 a.m. candle closes. I can say, okay, this is a reversal candle in the 1 hour. Now I'm going to anticipate that the 4 hour is going to be a reversal. Right, that's all you have to do. Okay, so 10 a.m. takes out this candle at 6 a.m.'s high. Now, do we have an SMT? No, there's an SMT up here. There's a second stage SMT up here somewhere. 10:30. Yeah, 10:30. So we get our second stage SMT here, and then we close a bearish candle. So now I'm saying, okay, now the 30 minutes aligned, right? Now, oh, this is the day that I really botched my executions. All right, so I took a tiny loss, a break even, and a win. I forgot that I took 3 trades this day. And the reason I took 3 trades is because I was break even on a trade. Usually I would only take 2, but since one of them was break even, I was fine with it. Right, so coming down to the 5 minute, this should have been my entry and I shouldn't have touched it. Right, we tap into this 5 minute gap and close below here. Right, this should have been my entry and I should have just had my stop at the high and not touched it. However, I was on the 3 minute. I used this, got in. I actually got in right at the change in delivery. Stop loss went here. TP down here. And then once we created this 3 minute swing high, I just moved my stop literally break even because I figured if we're going to come to my break even, we're probably going to run this and I get stopped out at break even. Now, the next execution happened here. I accidentally got short and it was somewhere up here. Like, it wasn't that bad. So I was like, I'm short anyway, or I'm short bias anyway, so I'll just put my stop at the high. This candle comes up, stops me out to the tick, and then reverses, right? So then I was like, damn, that kind of sucks. But it was just a small loss. It wasn't anything serious. And then we get this order block here with a fair value gap. So I short the fair value gap. I was like, okay, this is my last try, right? TP down here for 114 points, and we get filled out there. All right, so the main thing to take from this is this should have been the entry with a stop here, and I shouldn't have touched it. That should have been the real trade. However, I messed around on the 3 minute, and yeah, I mean, just stupid stuff. But that was the trade that I took on Thursday. We were still up really nicely because that loss that I took was really small. But you guys can see up here, it doesn't really give you an entry. Maybe on the 1 minute it does. Not really, actually. It kind of just goes straight down. Doesn't fill that fair value gap right here. And then it gives you this 1 minute order block, which was the 5 minute anyways. But yeah, just looking at this, you probably could have gotten chopped up, which I did on the 3 minute. But if I just sat on the 5 minute, I would have been fine. But you learn. I actually put this in the journal. This should have been my actual entry, but yeah, got chopped up a bit on this 3 minute chart and then caught the win, but at what cost? Right. So Wednesday, there was no trade. I didn't take a trade on Wednesday, and I actually forget what I traded. I traded RB and RTY on Thursday. These are my last two trades of the week. RTY and RB. We'll go over RB because it was a loss. So heading over to RB on Thursday. Boom. All right, so I shorted this bitch. Don't ask me why. I shouldn't have, but I'm pretty sure we took this high out. Yes, we took this high out. And daily open was here, and we literally just went straight up from daily open. So we open and go straight up. However, we were respecting bullish PD arrays. There was no reason to try to short this, right? So we're respecting bullish PD arrays. I shouldn't have tried to short here, but I did. I thought we would make the move down here. So we took that higher time frame buy side, and we put in this 4-hour reversal candle, right? So I'm thinking 10 is going to expand lower, right? So coming down here, we actually had an SMT with this 7 a.m. high with HO, and we had an SMT up here with this 4-hour high with CL. So we have two stages of SMT, and we tap into this 1-hour gap, coming down to the 30 minute. This is why I should have avoided this, right? So I should have avoided this because we had an SMT here, but it gets ran through, right? So this gets ran through. That I immediately should have just gotten off RB because or at least flipped my bias, because once the SMT gets ran through, there's no short for me, right? But I forced it anyway. We get a change in delivery here. I mark it, stop at the body, TP at daily open. I get stopped out here, and then we run back up to this buy side. Should have avoided this trade. There was no reason to try shorts here after that SMT got ran through, but I did anyways. Took the loss and moved on with the day. And then I was like, okay, well, there was RB still had not taken out, or not RB, RTY still had not taken out previous day low, right? Okay, hold up, I gotta go pee. All right, so coming in, still had not taken previous day low on RTY. We had 2 p.m. opening up here. All right, so we had a 6 a.m. reversal, 10 a.m. continuation. So I expected 2 to continue to previous day low since we had not manipulated it on any of these assets, right? Took Thursday's low. We didn't really come back into the range. Took Thursday's low, didn't really come back into the range. YM's the only one that kind of did, but we still closed below here. So I thought RTY could make its way down here. All right, coming down to the hourly. 1 hour gap. 1 hour reversal candle. Right? Coming down here. 30 minute reversal candle. So everything's aligned, and we put in an SMT here. Right? So I just went down to the 5 minute. Let's get rid of some of this. It's getting confusing. Boom. 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 All right. So we had 5 minute change. I get in here, stop at the high, and I targeted previous day low. Right, so where is the next entry? If you missed that, right, it's right here. Right, we put in SMT here inside of a 5-minute gap, close below this 5-minute candle, then we tap it, we consolidate here and start to get the move at 3:30. And I took it off right around here, right around this low, because the market was about to close and I was at the gym lifting, so I was like, I don't really want to be watching this and try to hold this down to previous day low while I'm hitting some, what was I hitting? Arms. I was hitting arms on this day. Right, so I took it off right here for a little under a 3R. Right, so yeah, this was the trade that I took on Thursday, and there was one more that I took, but it was on eval. I didn't take anything on Friday until, or what, right here, right? So Friday I did take another a trade on eval on Top Step because I just need one more account for max allocation, and I was like, I think I can get a long here, but I didn't really want to take it on funded because it was already the towards the end of the day, and I don't like trading the afternoon and Friday, so I was like, I'll just buy the last Top Step eval that I need and see if I can pass it. Well, not that day because it's 2 days to pass, but we can go over this just because I won't put in the title and add this into how much I made because this was an eval trade just to go over it, right? So 4 hour, we put in this reversal at 10 a.m. right? 30-minute, we did have an SMT, maybe not. Okay, so no SMT on the 30. I thought we did. Anyways, 15-minute though comes into this 15-minute fair value gap and puts an SMT in here, right? So this is where I was like, okay, I literally bought the eval right here, came back onto the charts, saw this coming down, tap into this 15-minute, put in this SMT, go down to the 1-minute, and then I saw that the change in delivery wasn't until all the way up here, so I was like, okay, well, let's see. We tap into this 1-minute gap, get a closure above here, I mark it in with a mini, stop here, targeting what, 75 points right around here. All right, which I thought that we were going to make it to these perfect equal highs here, which we did. But yeah, that was the trade that I took. All right, and yeah, that's literally all that went into this trade. Every trade that I took all look identical except this one because it was on the 1-minute. Just because I don't look at the 1-minute doesn't mean that I can't trade it. It's just like I'd rather not look at it, to be honest. But I was like, I want to pass this account, get max allocation, and yeah, that's what I did on this day, Friday, whenever I missed this entire dump. But it is what it is. All right, so yeah, these were the trades that I took on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then an eval trade on Friday. So yeah, it was a pretty good week. Didn't really capitalize on NQ and ES as much as I would have liked, but the expansions happened nicely on Thursday and Friday. And the reason I didn't catch Thursday, right, is because I was anticipating this daily fair value gap. Right, so we put this daily reversal in. So I was anticipating this candle to come up here and tap into here. However, I didn't realize at the time we had an SMT at this high with YM. So, yeah, I missed it. But it is what it is. Just didn't take a trade on Thursday. And yeah, that was all the trades that I took this week. And yeah, so, oh, I'm already on the daily. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to get out of here. Peace.